Hello everyone, welcome to Carnivorous Plants Hub. Today we're doing something quite a bit different than what I normally do. I'm going to be unboxing and giving my initial impressions to the Click and Grow Smart Garden 9. I love the idea of growing my own personal edible plants, whether it's just small herbs and homemade dishes, or making my own salad mix. It's just something I've always really wanted to do. I want to do it on a larger scale at some point, but this is a great starting point for me. We can always buy farm to table and organic, but you never truly know what pesticides, fertilizers, and other potentially harmful things are being used. With this, I have 100% control, which is extremely appealing to me. I've always wanted to start my own small indoor garden, but as you know, if you're a subscriber here, I'm kept pretty busy with my large carnivorous plant collection. It's always been an overwhelming thought to bring on a new type of garden with plants I'm less familiar with. The Click and Grow takes so much of the guesswork out, I figured it was a really good place for me to start. The watering, lights, and almost everything else is accounted for. I can set it and almost forget it and learn along the way. And if you know me, you know we're definitely going to see if we can grow some carnivorous plants in this thing. Don't worry though, my carnivorous plant content isn't going anywhere. Carnivorous plants are my passion and will always remain that way. I'm excited to bring in some people from different areas of growing and hopefully introduce them to carnivorous plants. With that being said, if you're not familiar with carnivorous plants, please make sure and take a look around my channel. I do want to caution you, however, carnivorous plants are incredibly addicting. Please don't ever say that I didn't warn you. Alright, enough yapping. Let's get the Smart Garden 9 opened up so I can go over some initial impressions. Alright, it looks like we have a box in a box. Let's go ahead and pull it out. So there it is, the actual Smart Garden 9 box. The box art has some plants that you can purchase to grow, which is pretty nice. It has a convenient pull tab here at the top, which is great because tape is always a pain. Oh, never mind. There's the tape. It has tape too. No worries, we'll get it open. Inside the top we have what looks like the light and the grow pods. We have some green lettuce, next we have some yellow mini tomatoes, and last but not least we have the basil. The pod packaging has some nice good info at the bottom, how long it takes to sprout, how long they last, and best temperatures. There's also a QR code that takes you to their website with more detailed information, which was pretty convenient. When you get the mini tomatoes, they tell you it could be either red or yellow. This card here is just kind of explaining that we got the yellow tomatoes, which is fine with me. I don't really have a personal preference. My understanding is that they taste basically the same, so yellow is totally fine. Under here we have the light and a little humidity domes to cover the pods. The light has a nice long cord, which is really nice. Sometimes having a cord that's too short is really frustrating, so that's something that's very appreciated. The humidity domes are pretty simple, just little plastic domes that keep the humidity over the pods when they're sprouting. We also have some arms here for attaching the light to the main unit. Printed on the box is a quick setup guide, including a list of contents that should come in the box. Seems pretty straightforward. Here's the main unit where we'll attach the arms and the light. This is also where we'll insert the grow pods and the water. Let's go ahead and get it out. The setup is really straightforward, but it does come with a nice little handy instruction manual. It has easy to read and clear instructions with illustrations to make it really easy to understand. These are the cups where you'll insert your growing pods. The bottom has a wick for dipping into the tank and soaking up the water. It's a pretty neat design to soak up the water, and I'm excited to see how well it works. If you're enjoying this video or finding it helpful, please make sure to pour some water on the like button and subscribe to help my channel grow. It has a really solid feel to it. It doesn't feel flimsy or feel like it's going to break. It's heavy but not super heavy, just heavy enough to feel like it's well made and not cheap. I chose gray, but they do have other options available for color. I know there's a white, but there are some other colors as well. Check the link in the description and pin comment to see all the colors available. I can't remember all of them off the top of my head. I already dropped the light on the floor. I was really concerned it was broke since it hit pretty hard, but I plugged it in and it fired right up, so that's a good sign that the build quality is at least decent. I thought for sure that the light wasn't going to work. You really do get everything you need in this kit to start your very own little smart garden. I'm really excited to get everything put together and watch the plants sprout and grow. Honestly, it seems so simple. I'm a little skeptical. It actually seems like you just put this together and then kind of forget about it. Initially, everything seems really great. Build quality seems about mid-tier. It's not over the top high-end, but also not really low-end and cheap. I grow plants that require a lot of care and attention. The simplicity of this is making me give the unit a little bit of the side eye. I'm not sure I believe you can just plop these pods into the unit and forget about it. Not all carnivorous plants are difficult, but many are. My background on these plants has made me a little skeptical that it could be this easy. I'm truly excited to give this a try. Now we're going to go ahead and set up the Click and Grow 9. Real quick though, before we do that, let me show you how you can get your hands on your very own Click and Grow. Real quick before we jump over to the main unit, I just wanted to mention that the Click and Grow was kind enough to offer all my viewers an exclusive 10% off code when purchasing a Click and Grow Smart Garden. If you're interested in purchasing the Smart Garden 9 or one of their other units, I have links in the description and the pinned comment. Click over to their website to find the best smart garden that suits your lifestyle. Make sure to use the code BUGEATER at checkout for 10% off. That's BUGEATER, B-U-G-E-A-T-E-R. Thank you so much for listening to that. Let's go ahead and set the Click and Grow Smart Garden 9 up. I'm going to grab the instruction manual and just set this unit up step by step according to the manual. Step 1. Assemble the lamp. Assembling the lamp is actually really easy. There are stickers both on the unit and on the arms showing you which arm goes to which side. The arms only click into the unit one way, so even if you get flipped around, it really won't fit in wrong. As long as you follow the stickers, it's hard to mess this step up. Just remember to remove the stickers before trying to connect. Once the arms are in place, remove the sticker from the actual lamp itself and pop it onto the arms. Again, the lamp will only fit one way, so if it doesn't slide right on easily, just flip it around and attach it the other way. It should slide on pretty easily, so don't force it. Step 2. Insert the plant pods. The smart soil pods come in these plastic containers. There are 3 in each container. You just peel back the top, and there are some pods that I assume contain some seeds and probably some fertilizer. Go to the main unit and pop out the cups. The cup has a lid on it that also needs to be popped off before putting in the soil pods. Once that lid is off, just drop the soil pod into the cup, reattach the lid. It's now ready to be put back into the main unit. Make sure to be organized on this step. Know where you're putting each plant so you can label it and track it in the app. More on the app later. It's nice to remember where you put each plant so you can monitor and know what's growing where. After putting all the cups back into the main unit, you'll want to put on the humidity domes. These will create a greenhouse effect and help the seeds germinate much more effectively. Once germination occurs and the plant is growing a little bit, you can remove the humidity domes. Step 3. Name your plants. If you're like me, you'll plant the seeds and tell yourself you'll remember where you put each plant. However, if you're really like me, you'll forget this information before they even germinate. It's important that you label each cup so you know what's growing where. We have this really cool little label maker. It's only like $20 on Amazon. It's totally worth it for stuff like this. There's a link in the description if it's something that you're interested in. If you don't have a label maker, just use a washable marker. If you don't have a washable marker, make sure to tape a piece of paper or something to the plastic. You want to be able to change the label in the future, so using a permanent marker will make that difficult. Also, we're going to be talking about the app more later. However, if you don't want to label, the app does let you add the smart garden and show where each plant is located. It keeps track for you, so you don't really need to label. I don't always have a lot of trust in technology though, so I'd rather label, but it's totally up to you. More on the app here in just a little bit. Step 4, fill the tank. You can see on the screen there that the tank takes 135 ounces or 4 liters of water. I used my zero water pitcher to help get all the chlorine and any other contaminants out of the water. I use this zero pitcher for my carnivorous plants as they require pure water, but I figured I might as well use pure water for these plants too. I've done an extensive review of this pitcher. If you'd like to check it out, that's also in the description. The tank has a little bobber, so you know if it's low or full. Just fill the tank until the bobber is close to the top. Keep an eye on it. When it gets low, you simply add more water. The wick on the bottom of the cups, where the plant is housed, will soak up the water and supply it to your plants. Step 5, fit the power cord. The Smart Garden 9 comes with a little slot on the side where the power cord is. This allows you to tuck the cord. With the cord hidden, the Smart Garden 9 has a much cleaner look. This part is really easy. Just tuck the cord into the slot and you're done. This is purely for aesthetics. Step 6, plug the garden in. It's really just as simple as it sounds. Just plug the Smart Garden into an outlet and it'll automatically light up. There are no switches or anything. Once you plug it in, it has an automatic timer internally that stays on for 16 hours and then turns off for 8 hours. Make sure to time the plug-in for when you want the light to be on. It'll be on for the next 16 hours. It'll now stay on that same cycle for 16 on and 8 off every day. If you want to change that cycle, just unplug the Smart Garden and wait until the timing is right for the new cycle. That's really it. It's very simple and very straightforward. Just keep it watered and remove the domes when they sprout. Then after that, you just have to be ready to harvest when the plants are ready. The app actually helps a lot with that. The book doesn't end there though. It has an interesting how it works page that kind of compares the process to making a cup of coffee with a Keurig-like machine. You know, the ones that you enter the pod and press a button. There's also a page that has a good look at some of the different pods that they offer for the Click and Grow Smart Garden. They have a subscription option as well, which is really interesting. Especially if you're growing greens, it's nice to have some that arrive at about the right time. If you have 2 gardens, you could probably stagger the growing and have fresh greens most of the time. The next 2 pages are tips for success. I'm not going to go over all of these. If you want to read them, just hit the pause button and check them out. There's some really good information here, and I definitely recommend going over these before you get started. The last page is regarding community. Here they promote their Facebook group and forum where you can ask questions and get help. I'm definitely going to jump in the forum and Facebook group to see how responsive these communities are for answering questions. I'll have an update on that in my final review for the Click and Grow. The very last page is warranty info, any defects in the first 12 months, and they will replace the unit, which is really nice for some peace of mind. Alright, I did want to take some time to talk about the companion app that comes with it. At first, I didn't really want to mess with the app since it seems so easy, but I did want to test out its functionality so that I could talk about it with my audience. After using it, I'm really glad I downloaded it. It's actually pretty handy. After you install the app and create a quick account, you can add your garden. You'll have to choose which garden you purchased. I'm choosing the Smart Garden 9. You choose your color, give it a name, and then select the location. This will be really helpful if you have multiple units. You can turn off notifications here, but I do recommend keeping them on as they've been pretty useful to me. You can also indicate here that you have the Bluetooth unit, which can be controlled with your phone. I don't actually have this unit, so I won't be checking here. After you create the Smart Garden, you can then map out your plants. It indicates where the water bobber is, so you can easily tell which plants are where. Also, if you don't want to label your plants, maybe this is an alternative to that. I recommend labeling, but you might be able to get away with just adding them here. You just simply click the plus sign, find the plant that you're wanting to add. You can actually do a search here if needed, and then just add it. Once you add all 9, you're done. After you create your garden, you can still edit it. You can edit the color, name, and location. You can also delete it here, which I'm going to do since mine is already created. Here's my garden. I'm already a few weeks in, so you can see what it looks like. It has a neat little circle indicator to show you how close they are to actually being fully grown. You can see my tomatoes are not as close as the lettuce, as the growth cycle for the lettuce is much shorter. You can click on any of the plants and see its age by days and get some general information. It has tips that pop up and gives some advice and tips. The tips are great because you will get a notification on your phone when a new tip comes up. This one even has a link that takes you to a video showing you best practices on how to harvest the lettuce. This is really good information for me personally because I'm not really sure how to do that. I've never done it before. I would have had to have gone to YouTube myself to find out this information separately, but they have it here right in the app for you. You can also make a note, like for when your plant first sprouted or when you last harvested. You can also edit the plant. You can give them different names if you really want to get creative. You can also delete and add different plants. You can even edit the start date in case you didn't add the garden to the app the same day that you actually started your pods. On the main garden page, you can see all of your alerts and notifications. You can also access the plant catalog, frequently asked questions, and any sales that they might have going on. The sales will just more or less link you directly to their website. Make sure to pour some water on my like button and subscribe to help my channel grow. I'm going to be releasing an update here really soon on how my plants are doing. Make sure to subscribe to get notified when that video hits. It's coming really soon. And if I've already released a video, it's probably popped up on your screen right now. So make sure and go check out that video so you can see how these plants are doing. Thank you so much for checking out this video, and I hope to catch you in my next one. Bye!